Hello and welcome. Now, I know I just released an update yesterday, but I made another update today, releasing it. And you may notice I've got a few more blocks on my bar that you can make use of, and actually I forgot one. Well, I haven't tested that yet, but should work. Yep. So, I didn't add any new operations, so there's not really anything new that you can do in your music files. What I basically did is I went through it all and I basically just made it so that it's less likely to crash in different situations and made other situations more convenient to fix. Anyways, we'll test the normal computer afterwards. Now, for those of you who have never messed around with Computercraft, the advantage to using the normal computer over the advanced computer, because the advanced computer can use color, the normal computer can only use black and white. And so it seems like, why would you want to use the normal computer? Well, if you're playing in survival, the normal computer you craft with stone, the advanced computer you craft with gold. So there's the advantage. In survival, the normal computer is far cheaper to build. But anyways, moving on. We place down our computer in our note block, and we type in pastebin run, and this is the new code, SVJ0Q0ZD. Should be it. Yep, and here we go, version 1.2. Now, the first things you'll notice is I didn't place the note block on the back of the computer in the new third option, reload note blocks. Now, what that is now you can put the note block on any side of the computer, and you can have as many note blocks as you want, and you can even connect the note blocks using the wired modems. So, just to prove that it works, let's run the example. And it works. And another thing you may notice is this right here. That's right. If you supply a redstone signal to the top of the computer, it'll stop playing the song that it's currently in. Now, to add more note blocks. Now, when you add more note blocks, the computer will not know when you add or remove note blocks, the computer will have no idea that you made a change unless you run the reload note blocks option. And basically what it'll do is it'll just delete, because what it does is it constructs a list of all the note blocks currently attached and where to send the signal to activate them. And when you reload the note blocks, basically deletes the list and remakes the list. So it basically rediscovers all the connected note blocks. However, if you don't have any note blocks connected, and this is also true when you first start the program, it doesn't like it. It just isn't happy. It won't let you do anything unless you have one connected. It'll also notify you that the note block it's looking for comes from a specific mod. But now that we have a note block attached and we hit enter to continue, it'll go through, make a list, and find that it has a note block, and there you go. But anyways, let's put that back in there. Reload note blocks, and oh dear. And it'll play out both note blocks now. And to use the wired modems, it'll also look for any modems connected to the computer and turn them on so that I can do this easily. Now, when you're connecting an iron note block to the computer through this method, you're going to need the wired modems and the networking cable. Now, the wired modem you place on the iron note block, you have to right-click it in order to activate it. However, you're going to have to put a networking cable there first. Once you've put down a modem and then a networking cable inside the modem, you right-click and it'll connect it to the network. And then you just link it up and when you hit reload note blocks, it will realize that it has a modem attached here, and it'll turn it on, and then since that modem is on, it is able to discover this note block, and now it knows that that note block is there. So if we play a song, it'll also play out this note block. And so what you can do with this is, if you want to be able to hear your music anywhere in your home, you can use the networking cable to run note blocks throughout the whole place, so that as you walk around, you don't risk the chance of getting out of range of being able to hear it. You'll just be able to hear it at all times, because if you put one of these every like 10-15 blocks, it'll just never go away until the song is over. Anyways, I do believe that's it. So for now. Oh yeah, that's right. If you go into play song, now we may remember in the last version, if you left this blank and hit enter, it would crash. But now I added the support, so it doesn't. Yaha. And I believe that is it for this update. I did try to add a couple of other features, but I got carried away and distracted by the features that I've actually have added and never really got around to actually finishing the other ones. What I actually got done on them is still in the code. It's just set up so that you can never like trigger it. Oh, and I just remembered one other thing. For those of you who would like to for those of you who for some reason would like to edit the code, if you hold Control and T to terminate it and type in edit startup, there's now a dev mode option. And if you set that to true and reboot the computer with Control R, or just typing in reboot. Hello? You're supposed to be doing something here. Oh well, let's just type in. Oh dear, what's it doing? I have no idea what this is doing. Let's try this. Yeah. And so, since we changed the dev mode to true, it should be running in dev mode now. And basically what that means is, when you run a song, yeah, it's running. It'll tell you what it's currently doing. It'll also wait for you to provide input, before it leaves the song when the song is over. So therefore, you have a chance to look through this if you want to like debug something you changed and all the things that happened while playing the song fit in the one screen. Yeah, people who are more familiar with computer programming would understand this a bit better than those who aren't, and actually see the purpose in this. Anyways, yeah. Now, let's try it in the normal computer, because I almost forgot to do that. And attach our note block so it doesn't yell at us, and put that there just so that we don't have to do it later. Now we type in pastebin run, just like before, svj0 q0zd, and enter, and it works just fine. Let's edit the guide, just because. Reload note blocks, play song. Yep, so now it works with normal computers. Now, a few issues. One of them I'll probably never be able to fix. If you try to run a file that is empty, so if I just do test and save and exit, and I try to run the test file, it says it's not a valid operation. What I tried to do is have it say that the file is just empty and just go back to this screen after waiting 2 seconds like it does if the file doesn't exist. However, the way Computercraft saves files through that editor is it adds a second line, it adds like spaces at the very end of the file, and therefore it's not able to detect that it's empty. And also another issue, it shouldn't be too difficult to show, is if you have a note block connected through the network cable and a song is currently running and you break the network cable, crashes your game. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be able to fix that. I think it'd be up to the mod authors to try and find a way to fix that. But yeah, that's just something you're gonna have to look out for. And thanks to the new switch option, it's not that difficult to just stop your song if you want to make a quick change. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.